the importance of knowing the breakdowns. What I mean by that is Revelation, Daniel, Ezekiel, Obadiah, Joel, Amos, and the list goes on and on. Anyway, there's a video. I'm gonna put this up raw. This is a video put up by IUIC Atlanta Burning. Name of the video is Our Hidden History, Rise of Rome, Esau, chapter 24. And it was sent to me by Apostle Rhyme Live, and he said go to 38 some odd minutes in, and I went to it. And you see before you his title is Deacon Ithon, and he's going into it. I didn't see the whole thing, but he was going into the only problem I have is, I mean, he did a great breakdown from what I saw. Is Russia? Russia is not a part of the 10 horns, even though they make deals with the 10 horns, or the EU and NATO. They make deals. Russia makes deals with America, but Russia is not a part of that. The original, neither is a part of the beast presently, even though they do deals. Hell, the EU nations do deals with China. But anyway, that was taught back at One West. We went back over it, obviously, and Russia wasn't a part of it. Now, Russia, if you go to Revelation, the 13th chapter, read the first couple of verses, it speaks about mouth like a lion, and the feet of it was like unto a bear, which represents Esau. And it I got to go to it, but I believe it says leopard. A leopard speaks about a leopard. Speaks about a mouth of a lion, and it speaks about the feet of a bear. That represents Esau. Like Greece is not a part of the beast. The beast came after the Greek Empire. But are the Edomites? Yes. But then the Greeks were a part of the beast system. You know, you have the Greeks in the breakdown of Daniel 7th chapter. You have the Greeks, then you have the beasts, different from all the rest of the beasts, which the Greeks were a lower level, if you will, part of that beast, but it wasn't part of that beast. It was an extension of the beast, and the same thing goes for Russia. You know, there was no Russia during the time of the Roman Empire, going back more than 2,000 years ago, and Russia is not currently a part of NATO or the EU. So the only problem I have with that, and that's an old breakdown that High Priest Ariana and other High Priest 7 broke down. They said it was Russia, which it wasn't Russia. But Russia is mentioned in Revelation, the 13th chapter. But if you go to Revelation, the 17th chapter, Russia is not mentioned in that, although Greece is. And it's hard, but he did a good breakdown. I got to watch the rest of it, you know. Give big ups to Deacon Ithon, you know, big ups to him, because he goes into the history. You know, I've been watching him on and off recently. He's been going into the history, which if you're into the history, you know, hey, watch the channel, man. Hey, like I said before, and I say it again, if another camp is going off, I'm gonna get on them. But if they doing the right thing, I'm gonna praise them. Okay? If you're doing the right thing, I'm going to praise you for it. So, you know, if you can watch this video, I'm going to watch the rest of it. And the water to Apostle Ramlab, you know, for sending me this to me. But you have to know it. You know, just within the last couple of weeks, I've been getting on Elder Barak of the HODC, which he botched the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, totally botched it. And he knew it because he was in a class. When I was in a class, we're talking like 30 plus years ago, and Ariel went through them breakdowns, so he either forgot them. That's why you got to keep going through these prophetic scriptures. You got to keep going through Revelation. And we had the speaking, and we had, and last week I confronted the men about Revelation 12, and we went through the breakdown. It was about a good 45 minutes. We were out there after the camp, and last night we did the same thing, and I didn't realize it because we were getting into it, man. We were going into Revelation, the 6th chapter, and I'm thinking it's 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and I asked, I think, Apostle Ramla, what time is it? He said 7:30 or 7:35. And we closed the camp at 6 o'clock. So we was out there for a whole hour and a half, but the spirit was with that because everybody, you can see brothers looking at me, and I was looking at them, and we had one of the men, up and coming elder, Shaman, do the breakdown. You know, and it was an intense breakdown. We should have videotaped it, but the spirit didn't want us to. But it was an intense breakdown. You got to know, and this is for all the camps. This is for all the camps. You got to know. You got to know them breakdowns, and you got to go. And how do you remember it? You got to keep going through it. You got to keep going. You got to go over it and over it and over it. Now I don't know if Deacon Nathan went into it, because recently I've been going into it. I don't know. Okay, you got to ask him. But I'm gonna give the man praise, you know. And you got when you do videos and you go into breakdowns and you go into some deep subject, you better make sure you do your homework before you do it, because if I do a video, you got all these different cams watching me. So if I go off, they're going to jump on me, and they supposed to jump on me, man. Going back to Elder Barak, Barak didn't proofread that Revelation, the 12th chapter. And he totally botched it. And I'm surprised he haven't come back and said something. Either, talk bad about me, or, oh, Tahar, you starting trouble. Yeah, I'm starting trouble. Good trouble. Good trouble. That's the trouble I'm starting. But anyway, like I said, I'm working right now. I'm out and about. I'm eating a little lunch. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to this and try to watch the rest of it. Ultimately I'll watch the whole thing. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. So for you guys out there that's saying we always get on them camps, hey, if they're on point, we're gonna praise them. All right, if they're on point, we're going to praise them. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.